Welcome back out to the shop. My name is Mark. This is the Malarkey Taylor channel. Today I'm working on my wife's Mercedes Benz. This is a 2008 Mercedes GL320. You've seen it on the channel before if you're a subscriber. If you're just coming to hear from Google, then thanks for stopping out. Today you're looking at accessory drive belt problem. This thing started making a little bit of a weird noise. I heard it when I was doing the oil change last maybe a week or two ago, or no, month or so ago. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I was doing an oil change, noticed a little bit of a noise. My wife told me it started getting worse. So let's show you what's going on. It's just a little bit of a noise, and I'm hoping that it's just an accessory drive thing. We'll start it up. And as you can see, it's got about 199,000 miles on it. And this is what it's doing. Now, I am not 100% sure that that's an accessory drive problem. That could be a couple of the things that I'm hoping it's not. Well, let me turn it off. So what I'm hoping that it's not is I'm hoping that it's not the power steering pump, because the power steering pump has also been making some noise, and I'm hoping that it's not a timing chain guide. There are two things that can be issues that may make that sound on a higher mile diesel engine like this. This being the OM642 Mercedes diesel. You get, if you're here, you know what you're looking at. So, but that's the two things I'm gonna try to eliminate the pulley. So what I look in there, I see the tensioner is flapping around, and it's about in rhythm to the noise that we're hearing. And so what I did was I went out and grabbed a new tensioner, a new belt. Unfortunately, the dealer could not get me a Mercedes branded idler pulley, so we have a different brand. This is Duralast. Interestingly enough, it does say replace every 90,000 miles. Okay, well, can't say that was ever done on this one. But let's see what we got. I'm gonna get set up, bring you guys in if there's anything interesting, and if there's anything weird, it should be a pretty, I'm gonna say it because, well, I'm gonna say it, but it's gonna make the whole job go worse. It should be a pretty easy job that we hopefully can knock out pretty quickly. And now I've jinxed myself, but I'll bring you in, show you what I got. Here we go. Some things that I noticed that were a little bit strange. It looks like it's throwing some kind of a liquid or a goo off of the end of it. I think that is just rubber from the belt. That's what I'm hoping for. What we have to do is we've got to pull this bolt here out. You can kind of see it kind of wrapped in rubber there, hopefully. And then we have to pull that bolt there out. And then I think there's another one. No, I think it's just those two. So we'll pull those two bolts off. We have to take this retainer spring off of this, and we have to take this clip off of there, and then pull that plastic tube off of the intake here. So this is what we'll start with and go from there. Those bolts are in E10 Torx. E-Torx 10. That one is, and then we'll get a wrench. that one's a T20. Just take this guy out. This little clip comes out, and this guy should just pop off of there. See that buildup from something. I don't know. That must be from that belt. It's gotta be. Now that we have that out of the way, I need to grab onto this piece right here with a socket. That piece is going to be a 17 millimeter. And what we're going to do with that socket is we're going to put a breaker bar in there. Maybe we'll do a ratchet so we can position it. Yep, that'll do it. And then we're just going to loosen it, make it spring a little bit. And we have spring, so I need more leverage. There we have our belt disconnected. Well, I should probably look at that routing again. Okay, I need to figure out that routing. I should have taken a picture of that first. Well, you guys have it on video, right? Yeah. We'll go to the video. It goes around there, through there, on that, and then over that. Somehow did not get the memo that there were two idler pulleys in there. So. That one is our, I'm pretty sure that one's our culprit. Now the next thing that I do, because I've done this before, not with this car but others, but I check to make sure that the belt that they sold me for the car is the right length. That checks out. The old belt really was not in that bad a shape. I'm actually quite surprised at how good of shape it was in, given that the noise it was making. But you can kind of see that the ridges are worn in a really weird pattern, almost sharpened a little bit, and this one doesn't have that. I don't know if that's because this is an aftermarket and this one is a regular one, but I don't know. I kind of assumed that given all the amount of rubber down there that we were going to be facing more issues with the belt. But it doesn't appear to be that way, and the thickness, not a whole lot of rubbers, not a whole lot is worn off of it. So I don't know what all that dust is. I don't know what all the, if you know what all that dust is in there, let me know. I'm thinking maybe it's not from the belt, so something else might be doing that. But that's not what we're here for. We're going to put this back in. The next step here is to take an E14, there it is, E14. We're going to put it on the center bolt there. That's a long bolt. Look at that long bolt. You can see that film of stuff just like building up on there. I'm really not sure what that is. I just assumed that it was the belt, but it's not. Okay.
back there too.
Okay. Obviously then the next step is going to be pop open our idler, compare the two. That all looks right. This one does have the holder in placer thingy, so when I take it out, we'll pull this pin once we take the pressure off. But that all seems to check out. This has some play in it. This one doesn't. While we're at it, apparently I need 2 of these, and I only got 1 of them. So we're gonna pick one and then replace the other one later. Okay, on second thought, I'm gonna go and see if I can find another one of these locally at Duralast, AutoZone. Gotta go do that. So stand by, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute if I can find it. Turn that one off too. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Ah. I'm back. We got 2 new bearings, because there's 2 of those idlers. So to get these guys out, we're going to take a little tiny screwdriver like that, and we're just going to pop this cover off. Can you guys see that? Where I'm doing? I'm just going to pop this cover off here, like that. And then we're going to take this zip gun. Come on. See that? Come on out. This has a fancy head on it. It holds that in there like that. So this is what we're looking at, and that's what we're compared to. So I'm gonna get the other one out, and we're gonna put the new ones in. Then we're gonna, so you guys just, you're gonna sit over here. Okay, the torque spec on this is supposedly 20 Newton meters, which is not much. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it, and hope that it's good enough. Because that right there is 20. Well, probably 25, and it seems like that is probably good enough. So to the other one here, come on. This one's going to be difficult to get a grip on.
Yeah, same deal. That seems like not very much torque to put on it. But I don't want to snap those bolts off because they're super specific bolts. So we're gonna roll with it. So this one has a little hole that you'll line up with a, let's see if we can get a better light on it in here. And a hole right down here in the frame, or in the engine block. That hole will go there, and then the bolt goes there. Go in there like that. This one's a long bolt. This. This one was supposedly 35 Newton meters. Cap goes on this one. Those pulleys only go on one way, by the way. Because one side will clip into this and the other side won't. This sucker's broken. Alright, so now we gotta get the belt in. I think you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing there, so I'm going to let you watch the struggle from back here because you're in my way. So hang tight, we'll be back in a minute. Not as painful as I had thought it would be, but you were in my way. So belt routing goes down under the alternator, over the water pump, I believe that is, under the idler, over power steering, then down to the air conditioning, around the crank, over the tensioner, and back over this. It gets really close to itself right here. I think that will solve itself once I, well, maybe not. Oh, hold on, this goes over the idler. That's right, it goes over the idler. That's right, like that. Yeah, that's how it does it. And I can prove that because there's ribs on that, like that. So then we have to take this pin out. So I'm going to reposition you guys so you can watch me do that. So this guy is going to be a little bit tricksy because we need to be able to let it off when we come up. So get it angled in there like that. Should be able to get our bar. Put it down a little bit. Go. Run it into the belt. Pin, just a holder pin. Now that belt should be tensioned. Yep. Reassembly is the reverse of disassembly. I did this one in the wrong order. Do this one last. I needed to move the tube around to be able to get the bolts to start, so get it all in there and ready, and then put this clip in last.
Okay, next step, put the tools away, start it, see if it works. This is kind of one of those times where I wish I had the Lone Wolf 3000, like Vice Grip Garage has, but let's give it a little tap. Not gonna let it start. I'm just gonna let it turn over a couple times, and I'm gonna go check the belt again, make sure all the ribs are on
The right way. We're just gonna give it a quick glance to make sure it did some moving like it was supposed to move. Everything seems to check out. So fire when ready.
Now we'll let it start. So, here we go. Good news is, ticking noise isn't there anymore. Okay. That seems good. So I'm gonna pull my light off of it, and we're gonna go for a test drive and see if that noise comes back. Kind of looks like it is solved for now. I still see quite a bit of bouncing in the idler or the tensioner, but that could be normal for the way this engine is, and I've never looked at it before. So that's it for now. I'm gonna go take a test drive, and I'll let you know how it goes. You can come in. I think that we have a bad power steering pump. I think there's a bearing or something going bad in that, because I can hear that whine, that noise is too loud. But the accessory drive belt is back in business, and I'll have to figure out what I want to do for the power steering pump, but that'll be it for now. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for stopping out. We'll see you guys on the next one.